Hello, Nozomi Esports. What is it? Week 2? We're in week 2 of our regular season Tier 3 mixed bracket. And then I'm going to pass it over to Aegis, who will give you our lineups and our bans for this
All
first
right,
map.
all right. So we've got Feather Kite here versus 5 Little Booms. From the side of Feather, we do have this Mauga ban immediately. Map 1, control point, quite a strong map generally for Mauga. So obviously he's been quite strong recently, so they just want to get rid of that. And then we got the Mizuki ban from 5 Little Booms. Obviously Mizuki's been quite strong in that anti-dive and sold it. We can see him here on the ball, so they're obviously wanting to protect him from being shut down immediately each fight. So we'll see what happens here.
Moira comp on the side of 5 Little Booms. This is going to be interesting to see how they choose to work this. Soldier going over the top, trying to get a little bit of damage down. He's going to roll back over the point. KJ and Roku are kind of taking control of the cage. Soldier rotates over to that cage. KJ pushing in, trying to get an angle onto this Wu Yang and this Tracer. Soldier getting low. He's going to take a health pack and manage to get out of there. Noble Bunny falling very low. L is going to find a pick onto Santa, but Soldier finds Trace. This is a trade. L does find a pick onto Zao as well. As L is going to get another one. As, I gotta look at names again. Kite's going to win this first fight, get first flip. But trades are coming in for 5 Little Booms. Soldier finds Swifty. Rolling through, he's gonna call Traces down to half health, force the wave and force the movement as 5 Little Booms is gonna be able to get the flip.
Yeah, somehow 5 Little Booms did manage to flip that there, which I was really surprised about, as, you know, L managed to find 3 or 4 picks in that first fight just from how scattered everybody was being. But Solder and Roku managed to just keep each other alive there and flip that point back over.
Traces is gonna find Roku and Swifty's gonna find Solder, but Zal gets the trade on the trace list. Oh, taking that high ground on that right side. Nobody really contesting him at the moment. As he's gonna go down, and Kite is gonna get the flip.
Yeah, so we finally actually found the end of a fight right there. It just seemed to be ongoing flip by flip by flip. L doing really well in these first couple of fights, finding those players out of position, seeing when those cooldowns are being used from that Kiri and that Moira, and just taking advantage of it there. And we've had really good high ground usage from the side of Kite in these first couple of fights as well, which they can't really do on the side of 5 Little Booms, unfortunately, due to their comp.
So L is gonna find an early pick on the Roku. Not much here that 5 Little Booms is gonna be able to do. Swifty's gonna take down KJ, and that's gonna be another fight win and a reset here for 5 Little Booms.
Yeah, it does seem like 5 Little Booms just seem to get picked out a little bit too early each fight. They're not quite being able to develop into that mid-fight as of yet. We'll see what they can do differently here. They've got quite a few valuable ults coming up, but at the same time, so does Kite, so we'll see who can use these better here in this next fight.
60% on the board, Soldier going in for a roll-in, but L taking that space right away, takes down Zal. Roku does find a pick on the Noble. Mines come out for Soldier, but Swifty answers with the Bola. Soldier trying to look for anything at this point. Finds a slam, but gets taken down by L, and Roku's gonna get staggered a little bit as Kite is going to take this fight again. 85% on the board. Can 5 Little Booms get a touch here?
Yeah, we've seen the ball ult and the pulse bomb used there from 5 Little Booms, but we've got, we've still got 3-4 ults coming up for both teams. So we'll see who can really do this with the Kitsune coming out from Kite immediately, followed by 5 Little Booms.
Roku falling super low is gonna be able to get out using Suzu, but does have 2 people on them at this moment. Soldier swapping over to the Zarya, trying to get a little bit more value. That is going to be taken down by L. So just Santa does find the trade, but I don't think that's going to be enough to continue to contest. KJ does come back. Gonna try and look to get a trade before another teammate comes back, but no, KJ is gonna get taken down, and that's gonna be first round here going to Kite.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like 5 Little Booms could really get anything going there. L doing a really good job just cleaning up on those kills in the backline. The second Soldier decided he wanted to push the other team. just that counter dive really worked effectively for them, and it didn't seem like Five Little Booms could do anything. So they have swapped over to this Zarya, trying to counter that D.Va. But obviously the big difference here that we're seeing is that we have the Wu Yang from Kite, which is just doing a lot of work on that poke game, whereas we do have a bit of an unorthodox pick here on Five Little Booms with the Moira. And I think the D.Va's just noticing as soon as they, and as I say that, they switched over to the Brig, trying to stop this D.Va as well, and onto the Ram and Juno. So we'll see how this fight can differ.
Try to go for something of an anti-dive, maybe try and bunker down a little bit. Try and get as much damage down on the, make the D.Va kind of make a move towards them rather than them making a move towards the other team. The KJ gonna move in here. The whole entirety of Five Little Booms kind of moving as one unit right now. KJ falling back, trying to mark this Tracer out. Does get taken down. Wacky also gonna get taken down by Suji Santa. The Swifty does find the trade on the Rokaru, making this still a winnable fight here for Kite. Swifty rotating back over to main. Gonna be able to go back out, find that health pack. L kind of peeling over for Swifty. KJ does end up taking down Swifty. Soldier using that form, trying to stay alive as much as possible. Is going to be able to fall. No, not quite. This L is going to take Soldier down. The entirety of Five Little Booms kind of falling back towards the point, and L is going to take down KJ. They do have possession of the point right now. They're trying to get as much percentage points on the board before Kite get that cap, and they're going to get that cap here.
Yeah, it did seem like we just kind of had a mirror there from the first point on Ilios, where one team caps it, the fight doesn't quite seem to be over, and then they just flip it straight back over. So we'll see, maybe, if this stays the same, Five Little Booms could be the one to win this map.
As Wacky hits a crazy kunai on a Roku to take them down for the first pick of the fight. Double Bunny looking for a flank here, 89% on that pulse bomb. Just maybe even get a pick here. Gonna be able to drop back, getting marked out by that Vendetta. L going to get taken down, bombs used. Does force the form from Soldier. Swedish Santa using that coalescence, trying to find some kills here. Swifty does go down. Wacky's right there. Seem to have missed them. Traceless on point by themselves. They're gonna get taken down. KJ takes down Bunny and takes down Wacky. As Five Little Booms are finally gonna get their footing under them and take a fight.
Yeah, that was really good from Five Little Booms there. They managed to just corner off that D.Va, force the bomb, and she wasn't quite able to get that remake in time. Only using that coalescence in that fight, whereas we used bomb and pulse bomb from Kite. But we do have that Blizzard and Vendetta ult coming here for Five Little Booms. Two very huge ults potentially in this fight that could find a lot of kills.
Traceless forced to use that Wu angle on themselves to live here. Soldier one does get taken out by Wacky. KJ using the Vendetta ult, trying to find a couple kills. Does take down Noble Bunny. Swedish Santa finding Traceless. Trades are coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Swedish Santa, the last person alive for Five Little Booms here, going to get taken down, and Kite's going to be able to take this fight here.
Yeah, again, we've only seen one ult used there from Five Little Booms, whereas we did use that Wu Yang, we did use that bowler shot here from the side of Kite. We do have Kitsune though, we have the support ult advantage from Kite, but we do have the Blizzard coming in and the Ram ult.
Early. Yeah, KJ gets taken down early here. Five Little Booms are going to have to drop back a little bit and reset right before the fight starts. KJ on the Vendetta is going to be able to get back relatively quickly. Bunny is going to go fall really low, but L is going to take down Roku. L does have the bomb, but is going to get taken down. Soldier uses the Annihilation to find zero value with it. The trades are coming out. Swifty takes down Xiao, and Santa takes down Traceless. Advantage going to Five Little Booms here. KJ takes down Wacky. Swifty and Bunny are the only two left alive. Kind of in an awkward spot right now.
We are coming into final fight territory kind of now, but we do have the ult advantage from Five Little Booms, so we'll see if they can use that to the best of their advantage. With the Juno raid coming out immediately.
Noble Bunny is going to get taken down. KJ jumping in, looking at Timeless and gets Timeless. Swedish Santa using this Coalescence as well. 85% on the board. believe Kite will be able to get one more touch here as we're in final fight territory. No support ult on the side of Five Little Booms with the Kitsune on the side of Kite. Just a question of are they going to be able to get a touch here?
Yeah, we do still have that mail, which is pulled out immediately straight into the middle of that point, covering the entire thing.
Kitsune out from Wacky does give them an advantage here, but L is T-Meg. KJ falling super low is going to get taken down. Swifty takes down Roku. L is going to be able to get back at the mech. Salve's falling super low, and it's going to be Kite taking this point. 95% on the board. You may be able to get a touch here. 96, 97, 98. No,
yeah, it's going to be really close. Not quite
Five Little
able
Booms
to get
is not
there.
going to be able to get a touch, and Kite is going to take this round 1.
Yeah, well, you know, point 1 on that Ilios, it did seem like it was a very dominant win from Kite, but there we did see Five Little Booms finally trying to find their footing there a little bit. So hopefully in this next map we can see a lot more out of this Five Little Booms side.
Maybe a little bit of like tweaking on the ult economy side kind of helped a little bit. That last fight they kind of popped both support ults at once, and it kind of spelled doom for Five Little Booms there, as they really had nothing left going for them. And Kite had that Kitsune on the board, really playing a massive advantage for them there, as they were able to take that last fight.
And there was a couple ults there from Five Little Booms that didn't seem to really find any value at all. That ram ult from Solder coming into those last couple fights didn't really manage to find anything a whole lot there. And that Blizzard, we just threw it straight into the middle of the point right before it started, obviously trying to prevent people from going into touch, but overtime lasts a while when you're only at the start of it, so they did still have that time to wait out that Blizzard and then just touch in at the end and after they've all grouped up. So just a little bit different on the ult usage from Five Little Booms, and this could be a completely different game from now on.
Absolutely, and we're going to go to a break here as we're going to get back to you with map 2, our bans, and our next map pick coming here shortly. Welcome back. We've got map 2 on our way. Score 1-0 right now to Kite. Last round being pretty close, so it's going to be interesting to see how Five Little Booms kind of answer this here. As Aegis is going to get to you with our lineup swaps and our bans here.
So from the side of Kite, we have had no changes in coming into this map here. But from Five Little Booms, we have had a swap on the tank. Sally coming in for Solder. And now onto the bans. From Five Little Booms, we did have a Sim ban. Now, they obviously don't want the other team to be able to just TP around the map. Sim's quite a strong hero currently right now. And we have the Juno ban from Five Little Booms. Obviously, we saw that Juno pick last map, and they obviously just don't want to deal with that speed boost again, or the orbital ray coming into this map. But it does seem like this map maybe is a little bit more on the side of Kite's hero pool from what we saw from map 1, but potentially we could see something out here from Five Little Boom, seeing if they can take map 2 in their favor.
They're gonna see Noble Bunny here on the Genji. Genji not a very popular pick in most scenes at the moment, but I am a Genji. Personally, I am a Genji believer. Noble Bunny is gonna take down a Zhao really early. Sally face gets D-Mac. And it looks like Kite is gonna be able to take this first fight here. Force a reset from Five Little Booms.
Yeah, we've been seeing a big trend here with this side of Kite. They just continuously, each map, they just keep getting early picks each game, which just really show how well they're playing this poke here with this Wu Yang and this Freya. Just easily finding those early kills onto a random hero in the backline.
Zhao is gonna swap over to the Freya here. Roku falling super low. It looks like Five Little Booms want to play this a little bit more safely than they did on the last one. Santa speeding over the rest of the team. They're gonna try to get a quick engagement here. Wacky getting singled out, taken down early. They need to kind of stabilize here a little bit, as L is going to be able to dive in and get taken down out of mech as well. Swifty does take down KJ, so the trades are starting to come in, and Salibase does get D-Mexed as well. Swedish Santa kind of falling back a little bit, just trying to stabilize it a little bit, as Roku is going to hit a left kunai on the trace list. Take down. L's still not in mech. Neither Diva are in mech yet. Roku finding a kunai onto Noble Bunny as well, as Zhao takes down Swifty as well. L gets taken down, and Five Little Booms are going to be able to cap this point.
Yeah, it did seem like a lot more planned out there in that second fight. They just managed to speed through up those stairs and drop straight onto those people on the high ground and managed to just single out that Kiriko, not able to TP out and escape. Coming up, we do almost have this Kitsune and this beat from Five Little Booms. Both supporters very strong right now, but it can be matched by that Wu Yang. We almost have a Diva Bomb and a Blade and the Freya ult from Kite.
Edward does have that, L does have that Diva Bomb now. Swedish Santa does have the beat. Everyone kind of taking space right now, moving slowly and as a unit. Noble Bunny dashing out, as here comes the Freya ult from Zhao. Not gonna find anything, but Swifty answers with a Freya ult of their own and finds Zhao. Noble Bunny falling very, very low. KJ trying to find the kill, but is not going to be able to. It has to fall back here. L does take down Super Santa, as all of Five Little Booms are going to be forced to drop back here.
Good fight there from Kite. They did manage to find that Freya diff there with the bowler shot. Swifty already 70% onto their next one, whereas Zhao only 20%. So we've got a really big ult economy advantage coming up for Kite. They do have 5 ults, whereas we only have 3 ults here from Five Little Booms, with the Vendetta ult coming out immediately.
KJ is going to try and go fast with the Vendetta ult. Bubble's going to go out on the Noble Bunny with the Blade. Finds KJ. Zhao forced to drop back. Noble Bunny trying to get the kill onto Zhao. But in meanwhile, trades coming out. Swifty is going to be found. But it looks like it's not going to be enough. Those Five Little Booms forced back over to the choke.
Yeah, just going to be a reset here from Five Little Booms. Unfortunately, they did use 2 ults in that fight, I believe. Or they didn't know. Sorry, they only used the Vendetta ult, swapping over onto the Anran now. Kitsune coming out very early here from Kite, but Five Little Booms just managed to tie it out.
Elf does find Zhao, so a little bit of an unlucky pick there. KJ does spawn super low. Gonna get a pause here from 5 little booms. So hopefully everything is going okay.
Probably just got a bit of a lag coming in from a player. But, you know, overall, this has been quite a dominant map so far from, apart from that first point, it's been a very dominant map from Kite once again. They have the better ult economy, it seems, so far. And it just seems like they're continuing to cycle all these ults over and over again, whereas 5 Little Booms, they don't really have a chance to use any of theirs. And even if they do, it's in response more than taking the aggression first.
Food poisoning cases force EWC to delay PUBG Mobile Grand Finals in Paris. That's certainly a notification I wasn't expecting to get. So gonna get an R from Sally Face here. 5 Little Booms is ready to go back in.
And both teams are ready. We'll be going back into this game now. 5 Little Booms are down 2 currently, so it just seems like they should be resetting, but unfortunately they do lose a Diva Bomb here from Sally.
Sally's Face gonna get D-Max and jump off the map and reset here.
But now, coming into this fight, we do have the Diva Bombs from both teams, but most importantly, Roku has that Kitsune, whereas they only have that bowler shot to answer from Kite. So this should hopefully be the advantage for 5 Little Booms, but unfortunately Zhao falling early in the fight once again.
Kite just has all the space in the world to work with right now. It's gonna be tough to see how 5 Little Booms kind of come out of here. They're gonna jump on the Traceless, but the feel from L is gonna be too much. It finds 3, forcing another reset. Is that a 5K? No, it's a 4K.
Yeah, just 5 Little Booms getting trapped in spawn at the minute, unfortunately. Will they be able to break through with the bowler shot? Being eaten, though, nicely by Sally.
Zhao getting a little too ahead of himself and getting taken down here. Again, it's going to be super tough. Kite really just has all the space in the world right now. But they do have the beat, they do have the Diva Bomb, they do have Kitsune to work with. Not really a lot of ult from the side of Kite at the moment. KJ just going to get picked early. Ball coming out, Zhao gets down. I think at this point you just need to kind of beat out of spawn. If you're 5 Little Booms, you want to try and find a little bit of traction. You're Traceless getting it direct onto Roku.
Yeah, they just need to take the initiative here.
Right now.
5 Little Booms just need to take the initiative, pop an ult out of spawn. Even if you don't manage to find a kill with it, it should hopefully force back Kite, meaning that you can take a bit more space. Swifty once again with another bowler shot.
There's the beat and the Kitsune. They are going to be able to kite this out a little bit. Wing Blade come out from the side of Kite. It's going to find KJ. As, yeah, 5 Little Booms can't seem to find their footing right now. Valley Face going to get D-Mag, 2 seconds left on the board. Suitor Santa swapping over to the cat to try and get a touch. KJ swapping over to the Tracer as well. Trying to delay as much as possible, but a kunai hits, or a Swifty takes down KJ, and that's going to be all she wrote here for 5 Little Booms as we're going to go into the second half.
Yeah, just really unfortunate from 5 Little Booms. They just couldn't quite find their footing to get out of their own spawn room. They just needed to use their ultimates a little bit sooner, because every single time Kite was the team taking that initiative, using an ult, using 2 ults to keep them there trapped with all this space that they had. Kite didn't really manage to make it too far out of that first point area. So this is going to be a really tough hold right now for 5 Little Booms, but last time they did seem to do a little bit better the second round, so maybe we'll see that again right here.
So, I mean, and this is definitely a map that you can full hold on. It's going to be interesting to see how 5 Little Booms will approach this defense here.
We do have a Bastion pick coming from 5 Little Booms, so obviously they're just trying to burn down something early on each fight. But we have Swifty coming out on this Widow, been doing very good on the Freya so far, so we'll see if they can really take that impact here over onto the Widowmaker. With a classic, we've got a classic little Brig and a backline, which
Maybe I gained a little too.
personally I'm not quite sure if that is going to work, as this Genji Diva combo has been doing really well, just taking advantage on these dives. But we'll see if this Roku Swedish pairing in the back can counter them.
So yeah, everyone on 5 Little Booms kind of taking this high ground right here. Zhao and Swedish Santa kind of sitting in the back, maybe waiting for an engagement here. So
Yeah,
Elle and
Kite just
Noble
taking
Bunny,
point early.
Yep, Elle and Noble Bunny kind of sitting on this point right now. Sally gets T-Max super early and taken down. Swedish Santa falling super low. Noble Bunny's gonna take down Zhao. So yeah, 5 Little Booms can't really can't really find their footing right now. Swifty takes down KJ. And that's gonna be point here for Kite. Super early. They have 5.5 minutes to push it. Only 62 meters. There's around
I think the main
corners.
problem there was just 5 Little Booms gave Kite all the space that they physically wanted. And as we saw from the attack, they do really well when they just have all the space that they want. So they just needed to deny that space there, but unfortunately they just gave it straight to them and they took that immediately.
Yeah, Kite just taking all the space in the world, one person on cart, and they're just keeping so much pressure on the necks of 5 Little Booms at this point. It's gonna be super tough to get any kind of anything at this moment, because yeah, they're gonna cap this. And Kite's gonna be able to take this map too.
Yeah, just not really had any time to pressure that point. Kite played that superbly. Honestly, there wasn't really a whole much more that I think 5 Little Booms could have done to really win that.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break and get back to you with our map 3. Potentially final point as well. This Kite is going to be on match point going into this next map.
Yeah, we'll see if 5 Little Booms can pull something out here and take this reverse sweep potentially.
Welcome back to Nozomi Esports. This is going to be match point here for Kite. Map 3 here as we're going to head over to Surabasa for our third, potentially final map. So Aegis is going to get you any lineup changes that we have as well as some bans here.
Yeah, so we had both teams with a slight lineup change. Kite have swapped L out for Ice Sugar, and Sally has come out from Five Little Booms back in Solder. We do have the Anna ban here from Five Little Booms. Obviously, we can see here that they wanted to play this Mauga, you know, my goat, and so they obviously wanted to stop that anti-nade. But we do have this Mauga mirror here, but Vendetta was the ban for Kite, as they were doing quite a little bit of work on that Vendetta earlier on.
Yeah, both teams kind of getting set up here. As I will say, Swifty finding a super early pick. Both soldiers just getting shots off really, really early. It's gonna be kind of a stalemate here. Soldier gonna run in, try and get a stomp in. Does get the stun out of Ice Sugar. Ice Sugar just gonna back up slowly. This Kite does have point control for the moment. Soldier gonna run in here. Ice Sugar gonna take that space right back. Student Santa falling super low, but just has too many people on him at once. And the rest of his team nowhere to be found. As Five Little Booms looking like they're gonna be able to get this first point in this first fight.
Yeah, I do think that Five Little Booms here does have the stronger backline going for them with this Brig Juno compared to the Wu Yang Kiri. As well, Swifty's just
really
managed to find 3.
Swifty just takes down everyone, just kills everybody.
Yeah, it did. The backline didn't matter right there. But no, this Brig Juno is definitely going to be a lot better with this Mauga comp, as they do have the option for, they do have that speed boost, and they just have a little bit more survivability with that Brig going on in there as well. So if they can really take advantage of this, then you know, in theory, they should be the team to win this map, but Swifty just putting in work, as we've seen at every single map.
Yeah, everyone kind of getting set up here. The one thing I will say about Amalgamir is usually the Mauga that stomps in second is the one who wins. It's going to be interesting to see how they kind of work that here. KJ blinking in, trying to find something, but Noble Bunny taking down Zao early. The Soldier's going to have to get out and Kite, maintain possession at this point. Dagger's coming out here. Santa's gonna go down and Roku is gonna go down as well. Yeah, not a lot of ults on the board yet. But it looks like Kite's gonna be able to take this first point. With Five Little Booms unable to get a touch in. Next point coming up. We're heading to the Temple. Some ults on the board, both portals on the board from both sides. Cage is also coming up here. Lead about 80% for Noble Bunny. Soldier sitting on that corner. Wacky's gonna find a lucky kunai on KJ. Ice Sugar running in. Finds Roku, but Trade's coming out here. Wacky's gonna go down. Ice Sugar's gonna go down. Noble Bunny, the last one alive. As Five Little Booms is going to be able to take this first fight and capture point first once again. A lot of ults on the board for both sides. It'll be interesting to kind of see the ult fight that commences here shortly. No OC on the side of Kite, but an OC on the side of Five Little Booms. Right, Sugar.
Fortunately, I've been muted.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Soldier whips the cage. Noble Bunny with the blade, with the Wu Yang ult. Ult does come out and finds 2. So it's definitely a winnable fight here for Five Little Booms. Ice Sugar uses that cage onto Soldier and takes him down. KJ, the last one alive, gets taken down by Ice Sugar's 2v3. They win the 2v3 and they take possession of the point.
Something to notice here is that Five Little Booms now do have this ult advantage going into this next fight. They do have that Ray and the OC, whereas we do only have that Kitsu from Kite. So if I was Kite, I'd be thinking we need to just Kitsu immediately going into this fight and just try to find a pick onto that Juno, not giving her
5 little
time
booms
to pop that
asking for
orbital
a
ray.
pause here.
Another pause from 5 little booms. Wonder what the problem is this time. Soda has left the lobby.
Huh? I don't know. I quit tournament team a long time ago.
I like how Dynasty's just the default ping for a lot of people.
It's just like me last year. Or was it 2 years ago?
I mean, he is online.
He was in Twitch chat.
You're the owner. Dynasty with the yo in the chat. Let's see what he'll do here next.
Live casting the Dynasty.
The Discord ticket.
Yeah.
Dynasty typing currently. Let's see what will come in next. Message sent. I mean, it's not allowed. However, the other team allows it. It can be permitted. So potentially, if Kite does want to allow Sally to come in for this map, then it is legal. As stated by a member of the tournament team, the final ruling is down to them overall.
3 people typing. WM Haramb and Dynasty currently typing. Dynasty saying must state in this ticket if you are allowing it to happen. WM and Haram are typing. WM pinging the other team to get their attention.
Haram
begging
pleading
L
to L.
As Solder joins back right on time.
So will they need this Sally to still come in, or are they going to stick with that Solder? Dynasty is typing once again. Let's see what he says. L also here chiming in soon, hopefully.
The team has been looking at the situation and we are happy to permit it.
L has allowed it. But, you know, Solder being back in the lobby, do they still want this switch? Haram, massive.
Dynasty saying if you need it, you have enemy's permission. Aegis saying, do you still want Sally in or Solder? It'd be helpful for him to know as Aegis is the lobby host.
Just waiting on some confirmation here from Five Little Booms whether they want that switch still, or since Solder is back, whether they want to keep their current lineup.
Do you have 7TV
They do
enabled on the stream,
choose
WO?
to have Sally coming back into this game.
7TV? I put my waiting emote. As Sally is going to go in.
Ah, question mark. iSugar chiming in here with the R for his team. What will Five Little Booms say next? Hopefully it is that letter in the alphabet that we all love. And it's an R. We're ready to go.
Sally is going in. It's going to be interesting to see what they pick here.
Sally also
Ah,
picking
Mauga.
that Mauga.
Everyone knows and loves Mauga.
But simply, they didn't really lose out on a whole lot of ult charge. We still have that OC and the Juno Ray coming into this next fight, with Wacky from Kite having that Kitsune. With Kitsune coming out
Early.
first in the fight.
Big stun on two. Yeah, they're gonna get this cleanup super easy. Yeah, another thing about Flashpoint is the team that goes first also always wins. So it's kind of a paradox, or what is it? Is it a paradox? Whenever, because in Amalgamir, the Malga that goes second usually wins, but in Flashpoint, the team that goes first usually wins.
But I do think that Kite did play that really well. They did what I thought they should have done, which was just Kitsu early, go in quick, because they hopefully knew that Five Little Booms did have that ult advantage going into that fight, where they only had the Kitsune going in for them.
We're gonna get into match point here, as Swifty takes down Sal super early. And this is looking very dire for Five Little Booms at this moment. Sallyface gets the counter pin. Both E's out from both Malgas. Swifty using that OC. Stun coming out onto Wacky. Sallyface counter stunning him, but gets taken down. As Kite is going to be able to take this point first.
Yeah, we still do have every single ult that we had before, plus this rally from Five Little Booms. They do need to think about using them sometime soon, otherwise it's just going to be the end of the game before we even know it. As we do have this Blade Cage coming up for Kite here in this next fight.
At this point, if you're Five Little Booms, you just need to use your ult. Swedish Santa, Caster's Curse, as they say, using that rally super early. Because they're going to find the pick on the Noble Bunny. Traceless using that movement to get out of the fight. Five Little Booms
They do have a pit, they do need to
stabilize.
start moving forward now.
Movement out from Traceless is going to be able to get out. Here comes the orbital ray from Roku. Ice Sugar does take down KJ though. Here comes the OC from Sal. Sal slides off of the map. Swedish Santa gets taken down as Noble Bunny is able to find both backline characters before Five Little Booms can even notice what's going on. Noble Bunny's going to take down Sallyface. 82% on the board. You're going to have to get a touch here quick, or it's going to be all she wrote here for Five Little Booms. KJ trying to set up for the touch here. 95, 97, 98, and they're not going to be able to get a touch. And Kite is going to take this match 3-0.
Yeah, and for a fight that did seem like it was going to go straight into that direction of Five Little Booms, Kite just managed to take it away from them in the last moments, as Zhao unfortunately does end up taking a swim in the Surabasa Ocean.
I'll let you deal with caster MVPs.
Okay.
I think
For me personally, I think from Kite, Swifty, getting those picks early on, and from Five Little Booms, I'm tempted to say, I think Swedish Santa potentially, or who was that Hitscan Zhao for.
yep, Zhao played really well.
Are we doing interviews?
That's all you, Aegis. As a matter of fact, I've got a bunch of other stuff that I gotta do, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Yeah, it was a great time casting. It was great to be back in this new reworked server. I'm very excited to see the rest of the season progress. Thank you all very
Yeah.
much for having me.
Are we muted? All right, welcome back. We do have a couple interviews here. So for the side of Five Little Booms, we have the manager, I believe. Is that right?
I am the manager, yeah.
Haram here. So first question, going into this game, were you expecting the outcome that you saw, or were you expecting it to go a little bit differently?
I think we were I think we went in there with a strong mindset. We got very unlucky with the lag issues on our tank mid games and stuff. I think we lost first map because of it and a bit more on the last map as well, which is just unlucky. But we came in there with an obvious positive mindset, as we always do.
Yeah. So was there kind of anything that you had planned out before this game that kind of got taken away a little bit by bans? Did the other team do well in countering your bans, or was it just kind of everything went as you kind of wanted it to go?
Honestly, we had our basic comps put in, how we play each map. I think more of our strategy relied on us them banning first. so then we can play around that, which obviously didn't turn out the way we wanted, but it is what it is. We obviously had our comps, like our balls, our divas, our Maugas, but at the end of the day, they just played a bit better than us, which is fair by them.
Yeah, but I believe both teams played quite well. I think, there was, especially that map one, you guys kind of went down really early in that first map, but then second map, it seemed to be a whole completely different team. Was that just, do you think there was maybe a bit of nerves going on in your players, or
Are
was
we
that
talking?
just...
Are we talking points or actual maps here?
So Ilios second,
Oh,
like the second round of Ilios.
right. Oh, second round. Okay. I think it was mainly a comp switch that did it for us. There was not many nerves. The diva counters the ball pretty strong. Our ball player was lagging, so that also might help into it. I think it was just the comp switch that did it. I think we were more confident playing with the ram rather than the ball, with a bit more of a front line, so they have something to play around, rather than just going in hoping the ball gets a pick.
Yeah, but that diva did really well into you, but that's going to be the end of the questions from me for now. Is there anybody that you kind of want to shout out from your team or anything like that before we end off with you?
Big up the artist who made the logo. Big up Ginge. Um, happy birthday Roku. Happy 25th birthday Roku.
Oh, was that today?
That was Roku's big birthday today. Yep.
Oh,
That's all I have to say.
all right. And now we're going to be swiftly moving on over to Swifty. Swifty, are you here?
Yeah, I'm indeed. Hello, hello.
Hello. So I'm going to ask you the same question here that I asked Five Little Booms. Was that the outcome you were expecting in this game?
Yeah, we went in quite confident. Yeah, like we've been scrimming a ton.
Yeah, that's good.
And we mostly come out on top. To get like in scrims when if it don't go wrong, we VOD it. We get our manager Luna to VOD us, and we learn.
Yeah. So is there any maps where you thought that you guys particularly did well versus particularly did poorly for your standards for this game, or just your team as a whole, not necessarily you particularly?
I think we played Blizz quite well. We've only ever scrimmed it twice, so I think we played quite well on that. So, especially on the defense, we had a nice hold on the defense. Second point.
Yeah. So obviously, for map one, you guys got the only map pick that you had of the series with Ilios. Were you? Are you guys happy to pick any of those three maps, or is Ilios definitely your strongest one that you've got in the bank?
Probably is. Ilios is our strongest.
Yeah, as you do like that diva comp, obviously, as we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, L is our dive tank for the most part. And he's very strong on it.
Yeah, and just lastly off, is there anybody that you want to shout out? Anything that you want to say before we end off here?
You know what? I'll give it to Haram as my shout out, and Yuri as well as Luna, our manager.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your time. You are free to go do whatever you please.
Thank you.
And overall, everyone here watching, thank you for coming to our first stream of this new season of Nozomi, the first season of Nozomi. Hopefully, we'll all see you in the next one.